Hello, thank you for joining us today. Could you please tell us your name and cosplay name?
I'm Hope, and I'm Pixie Goddess Cosplay.
It's so much fun. Pixie. How did you get into cosplay?
My brother, he said he went to a con near him and got to dress in costumes like we did when we were little, because we loved dressing in costumes at Halloween and plays, any excuse to put on a costume. And so he actually flew into Denver and went to a con with me, and our first cosplay was Jesse and James of Team Rocket. So it was a lot of fun.
Nostalgia, right
Nostalgia.
there. The feels.
The feels.
And what was your first? Well, that was your first cosplay.
That was,
yeah,
yes.
No. And what would you say to your younger self if you could go back and say anything?
Take mom up on sewing lessons. Past me. Listen to mom's sewing lessons. Don't stop at the pillow.
You stop with pillow.
She taught me how to make a square pillow as my first little project, and I don't remember what she gave me next as my next project, but I didn't do it.
You're like,
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you so much. And what inspires you about cosplay and what keeps you doing it?
The creativity keeps me doing it. I like figuring out new ways to do things, or even figuring out ways to do things even if it's already been done. I love walking through a store and looking at things in a different light. Like, could I make that object into a cosplay item? As far as what inspires me, it's mostly just I love to pick characters that I like, that I feel an affinity to. Usually like cutesy or dorky characters, because that's what I feel deep in here.
Heart.
Yeah, the dork runs deep. So
The dork. Long live the dork.
long live the dork.
I like thrift store shopping because it's always like, what can I take apart and make things with? Like, so much fun.
Just about everything I'm wearing right now is from a thrift store. Yep. The wig and the bloomers are Amazon, and everything else is a thrift store.
And what would you say to a little girl that came up and was like, whoa, I want to be you when I grow up?
First of all, don't want to be me when you grow up. Want to be you. And if you want to be doing what I'm doing when you're you, I would go back to take up your mom's offer on sewing lessons, or just keep being creative, keep creating. I mean, even if it's not cosplay, whatever it is that you want to create, just do it. Do the thing. Yeah.
Do the thing. You're like, do it.
Mhm.
Do it. And what has been your favorite one you've ever made? Favorite cosplay?
Clawhauser. It's
It's
so
so cute,
fun
though.
to be Clawhauser. He gets a lot of reactions from a lot of people, and then of course Nicole, aka Barracuda, is my gazelle, and she's the greatest singer of our time, Angel with Horns. And once again, I really connected with Clawhauser, the deep dorkdom, all the way through. And then the other thing I absolutely loved about Clawhauser was that he was a character that was fat, but he wasn't a fat character. And as a bigger girl, I liked that. I liked that there's this big character, but they don't, the whole point of him isn't that he's big.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own personality traits. He's got his own little things going on with him, like him having to get moved out from the front desk because he's a predator, and so that part still makes me cry after watching that movie a gazillion times. But so there are so many times in media where if you have a fat character, they're a fat character. They're there for some sort of fat pun or some sort of statement like that. And Clawhauser wasn't. He was a character, just happened to be fat, and I loved it. I love that.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
me. It's
me.
like those of us that are like curvier, sometimes we get that and you're like, I'm not that figure, I'm not that ideal.
Mhm.
And you're like, that I don't need to be that
I
ideal.
don't need to be
Yeah.
that ideal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.